He'll watch a movie, then he'll tell you all about it. It's the Armstrong Entertainment Show.
Oh, hi. Sorry, I didn't see you there. I was just working on my couture dress because I just saw the movie Phantom Thread. Directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, starring Daniel Day-Lewis, Lesley Manville, and Vicky Krieps. Now, this movie has been nominated for 6 Academy Awards. It's nominated for Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Best Directing, Best Costume, and Best Original Score. This is literally the last movie out of the 9 that I had to see Best Picture nominations. This was literally the last one, and I kind of begrudgingly went to go see this because, I'm not going to lie, it looked a little boring to me. Paul Thomas Anderson, I'm just going to start calling him PTA from now on because it's much easier. But his last film that I saw in the theater was The Master, and I really did not care for it. And I just thought it was kind of slow and boring, and I kind of thought this one seemed like it was going to go in that direction. The preview looked interesting, but not interesting enough. I'm not really interested in dressmaking, believe it or not. I am interested in the 1950s, which is when this movie is set, but just the concept and the idea just looked like this cranky guy, not cranky, this guy who's very set in his ways, who's a dressmaker, he's like very OCD, didn't like anything out of the norm, or anything out of, he didn't like anything out of routine, and then this waitress woman comes into his life and kind of throws everything up in the air, and he falls in love with her, blah, blah, blah. It just sounded really boring, and I wasn't dying to see it. Then I kept hearing people saying how amazing it was, and I mean, let's be honest, these actors are incredible. Daniel Day-Lewis is in it, which makes it so much more exciting. I'm not going to rant and rave about how amazing Daniel Day-Lewis is, because everybody already knows this, but why are not more people talking that he should be winning this Oscar, the Best Actor Oscar? Yeah, he's got 2 of them, but I think he had my favorite performance of the year. It's between him and Gary Oldman for me, and Gary Oldman kind of was cheap with all the makeup and everything, and all that stuff with hitting his ex-wife with a phone or something. I think they should just give it to Daniel Day-Lewis now. This movie was incredible. Lesley Manville was incredible. Vicky Krieps, why didn't she get an Oscar nomination? I know nobody knows who the hell she is, but she was incredible. I loved the 3 of them together. The writing, the directing, the musical score. Oh, if I noticed the musical score, I'm literally going to buy that shit on vinyl. It was so good. It was Jeremy Greenwood, I think his name is. Shit, I'm probably getting that wrong. I got it wrong. It's Johnny Greenwood from Radiohead. He obviously works with PTA a lot. Incredible. He got an Oscar nomination for this. I'm going to buy the vinyl. Just everything about this movie just worked so well. Every line they said had so much, I don't want to say depth, but it was like a lot that they could just chew on. There was so much going on and like hidden meanings, and I was like laughing, and I was like suspensed, what? And I was holding my breath. It was just, the dialogue was so witty and clever, and it was so wonderful, and I loved it so much. So as you can tell, I really enjoyed this movie. My biggest complaints would be the trailer made this movie look boring, and it is a thriller. It's like a Hitchcockian thriller. I feel like Alfred Hitchcock, if he was alive, this would be the type of movie he would love and he would make. I was so into it. The trailer just didn't show how crazy it gets and how there's some little... I don't want to ruin anything for anyone because nobody has ruined it for me, and I don't think a lot of people have seen it yet, so I'm just going to say there is something that happens in this movie that I did not see coming at all, and I loved it. I won't even say what I love, but I loved what happened in this movie, and I applaud because I had no idea that this was going to happen. Thank God I did not make a top 10 list for 2017 because this is in my top 10 of 2017, and I just saw it. It's one of those movies that is just perfect in so many ways. There's so many good things about it. Like I said, everything I got nominated for is literally what is so good about this film. And it's just one of those movies that all the working pieces just came together for me. I mean, I guess my biggest complaint would be you have to see it in the theater, or I would have had to see it in the theater. If I would have watched this at home, my ADD would have kicked in and I would have gone on my phone for some stupid reason. But watching it in the theater and just being enthralled and entranced with the score and everything going on, you just kind of have to be in the theater to see it, or at least I would have had to do that, and I'm so glad I did. So I will admit, this film is not going to be for everyone. People like my mother are not going to like this movie. They're going to think it's boring and slow and stupid. But then again, she is a woman who thought The Greatest Showman was the best movie of the year, and she thought it was better than La La Land. So that kind of shows you where her taste lies. So if you agree with my mom, you're probably not going to like this film. But if you're a cool person like me, you're going to like it. It's called Phantom Thread, and it is playing... hopefully soon in a theater near you. Until next time.
He'll watch a movie, then he'll tell you all about it. It's the Armstrong Entertainment Show.